welcome to the Black Mind Podcast, episode whatever the fuck it is. I don't really care. This week has been shitty in more ways than one, but we're going to start off with a great topic right now. Joining me this week to discuss Roe v. Wade and the bullshit parade that happened afterwards, including the memes, is Josh.
I am Meme Man. Watch me meme. Beep, boop,
Yeah,
beep,
he's
beep,
gonna
boop.
meme so hard. He's gonna look like Cliff Blazinski in that cuck shirt. He's gonna look like Cliff Blazinski in that cuck shirt.
No, I'm more of the wholesome memes of like.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm more of that type. And maybe
You enjoy. You're a person who enjoys orc massage.
I enjoy a good orc massage. I don't know about you.
I'm not one of those guys. Okay,
Like,
I'm not a freak
hey,
like you.
I found a guy down in that district that does an orc. Just happened to do massages. And I'm like, man, he's really good at doing massages. And then I blacked out. And then I got real tired. And I woke up and I'm like, weird.
Joining us also this week, the only person, because me and Josh are both Canadian. My name is Jeff, by the way. I am a Canadian. I live in a country that now allows abortion.
And who else is here? Ben? Yeah,
Yes,
Ben's here.
That's
Oh,
me.
man.
It's me, the black American guy that is totally sounds white and nobody can tell that I'm black. Cool, yeah, all right.
So every black guy online.
Pretty much.
Funny enough, when I was on the other chat room and I was using a lot of black emojis, people thought I was black, and I was like, no, I was just shitting on people with black emojis. That's all I was doing. And they're like, wait,
honestly,
you're not black?
I was wondering if you were in the same boat as me, that you were like half and like just passing white.
Josh is whiter than me.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Here's the funny thing. If you go back in my history, I'm pretty sure it blends all over the place. So I might be like partly somewhere if you look hard enough.
It's like if you look at like my family tree, if you go back far enough, there is a black guy there, but he's like there and then gone. Like literally the next generation, he's not there at all and not present, and you're like, huh, that's odd. I wonder what happened.
Oh, anything.
Oh,
It's like,
jeez.
I wonder why this color didn't persist.
It's probably still there.
It is.
It might be native, actually, if you think about it.
Or that.
It might be, but like there have been my family, it's my mother's side that would have it, that has it, and the reason why it's not there is that there's been at least 8 generations between now and then. So
I see.
So I met my Aunt Evelyn, who should be a feminist icon but isn't because reasons. Basically decided that she didn't really talk about that stuff, but she was one of the first Albertans, or her family was one of the first Albertans. I don't know really a whole lot about that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It's interesting whenever I look at my family tree and it's like Schultz. It's like all of these Germans and British people, and like my dad's side is like all Germans and British, and then it's like that part of my family tree is like you are so fucked in so many ways. There is so much shit going on. You have no idea. I'm pretty sure if I dig deep enough, I'm pretty sure I'm going to find Woolies. I'm going to find out I'm Manning or some shit like that.
Oh, God.
You're from that part of... where was that place that
Jamaica.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was Jamaica.
Manningtown.
Yeah, Manningtown. Basically, where they test people, and if you're not related to anyone in that town, it's free. It's fucking weird. Fucking weird.
Yeah, that does sound really fucking weird.
Oh, that's real fucking weird.
I'm going to go down there. We're going to do it as a joke.
Oh, fuck.
We're going to do it as a joke, and then it's going to be like one of those things where they're going to test one of us, and they're going to be like, yeah, you're actually related to these people. And I'm going to be like, what?
Huh?
What the fuck? What the fuck? Anyways, I was debating about buying Ben Orc Massage, and then I saw the price, and I was like, no.
No.
It's even like not great on sale, really.
Hold on, let's look and see. Man, I appreciate this much more than the Roe v. Wade abortion topic.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's 10% off.
Oh, yeah, it is fairly new. It only came out maybe like a couple months ago, so I can understand why it's only 10% off.
Yeah.
I don't understand why this game exists.
I mean, did you see their other games that they made? I mean, people like porn games. What can I say?
People like them.
Next, we're gonna have to make a porn game, Josh. I guess.
I think we're gonna. It has to be furry in some degrey. Because I mean, you have to branch out as hard as you can. So
we'll just get Tony to do it.
Hey,
we'll
Tony,
be like, Tony. Hey, Tony. You don't understand. We're gonna hire you, and we're gonna get another programmer for you, so I don't have to be involved at all.
Instead of 50 Shades of Grey, it's gonna be 50 Shades of Fur.
Yeah.
That probably exists already, to be honest.
Probably.
I mean, part of me.
Who's gonna ruin their Google to find out?
Let's see.
So, anyways, we gotta talk about Clarence Thomas. I don't know, Supreme Court Justice. How would we phrase him?
The man with infinite spite.
The man with infinite spite. Corn
Am
Pop.
I wrong?
Also known as Corn Pop.
Although I feel like people calling him like the Uncle Tom and shit is a little far. Like, come on, guys. Like, I understand. He kind of like moved into his position with like extreme like actual underlying malice, and the fact that like literally there's nothing that anybody can do about it is kind of like shit. Like, I don't know, man.
Did he move into that position through malice?
Yeah, well, one of his court aides came out and said that he specifically he lied to get voted in by liberals to make their lives literal hell.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds like something somebody would say that when they're upset.
Yeah, and apparently somebody said something to him apparently that wasn't great, so...
Joe Biden was very racist to him on his confirmation hearing.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. I have strong opinions about Roe v. Wade. I don't want to say anger about what happened, but I was kind of like really... I didn't think it was going to happen. I'll say that much. I didn't think that they were going to... I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. I didn't think that it was going to be this thing. Like, we all know it was going to happen. The thing that's shocking to me is, like, the way it happened, if that makes sense.
What, the fact that it leaked and then that's exactly what happened?
Oh, yeah. Like, I thought it would have... I didn't think it was going to happen.
Oh, you thought they might have, like, doubled back on it and changed it up a bit, is what you're saying?
Yeah, basically. I thought that what was going to happen was I thought that the Supreme Court was going to... I thought it was like a... Like... I thought it was going to be something where it was going to be... Where the Supreme Court was going to back off a little bit and they were going to kind of wait for kind of like... the law to pass, and then they were going to overturn Roe v. Wade. I didn't think it was going to be an instantaneous like thing where they were just going to overturn it. I thought there was going to be a law waiting in the wind that allowed Roe v. Wade and to kind of persist and allow and exist, and it was a compromise and it was going to be this great and wonderful thing. Nope, that didn't happen. Instead, it just got overturned. So now you have trigger laws that basically destroy abortion in the states, and with exception to rape and incest, and you have people who are
unless you live in Mississippi.
Unless you live in Mississippi.
Or Florida.
Not based.
So
Based Florida, man.
I think it's Florida. You can fact check me on this one, but there is a state that has where you have to, if you are underage and you're raped or have a pregnancy that needs that you want to opt into abortion, you have to go to before a judge in order to have the judge determine if you're mature enough to have said abortion.
Nah, you're immature. You're a
Have a
hapless
child.
kid.
Exactly.
Current Florida law allows women to receive an abortion up to 24 weeks, with exception for life endangerment, rape, or incest.
Okay, I thought it was Florida, but it might be somewhere else. I know there is a state that has that though, and I know for a fact that Mississippi has literally banned all abortions, even medically necessary, dead fetuses or rape or incest. Even incest has been removed for abortion. So it's cool to just fuck your sister and get her pregnant.
Oh man, it's. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's the only way that Mississippi.
Did you just say the only way Rory was gonna have a kid?
No, I said Mississippi.
Oh, I feel bad for him.
Man, I don't think Rory has a sister. I sure hope God he doesn't.
Yeah, because he's gonna come for you for that one.
Yeah, he should. But no, I was gonna say it's the only way that Mississippians can creep their population up is through incest. Let's be honest.
So you're telling me in the future they're just gonna have there's gonna be a separate species of humans that look like orcs?
Yeah, that's entirely what I'm telling you.
Yeah, and cyclopses
Yeah.
that somehow
it's
live
gonna be
with one eye.
weird. Yeah, it's gonna be fucking weird, dude.
Oh, it's gonna be like that fucking character from
Take my strong arm, and it's a little fucking arm.
Yeah, the what's that series? Preacher. Fucking the kid with one eye.
It's gonna be on January 1st. Florida will join many states in enacting a first trimester abortion restriction with House Bill 5, thus limiting women to receive the procedure in the first 15 weeks, which I think is in line with European law. So
don't worry. Abortion tourism will be a thing.
Yeah, I think that people. Let me rephrase that. I have strong opinions about this. I think the people who are getting very fucking angry about it are really, really need to shut the fuck up. If you catch my drift.
I think there's an excessive amount that some people are a little over about, but I think that it's definitely part of the larger encompassing constant egress upon our rights as American citizens that they're encroaching on. They're trying to take every inch they're trying to take, and yeah, there's a few hot button issues like the guns and the abortion and other stuff, but our chance or our ability to decide and control our lives is getting smaller and smaller and smaller every year here, and they're just taking it all to just control us.
You know what? Here's my honest opinion about it is it's not even that. It's you have this law that existed for 40 years.
It's not even. The thing is, Roe v. Wade isn't even a law. It's just a precedent in the courts, which means
yeah. And so you have these people who were sitting there and saying, well, it's okay that we do X. And there was precedent set in the court, and there was allowed, and basically it was legislating from the bench. And so now we have to deal with this as people instead of your representatives actually getting off their fucking ass and dealing with the fucking problem. This could have been solved a long time ago.
Yeah, this definitely has come from a situation where if there should have been federal regulation on this topic, but then again, this shouldn't need federal regulation if in the grand scheme of things. Like, you shouldn't have to be like, if you need a life-saving operation, you shouldn't have to then be like, well, the government says that I can.
Yeah.
Like that, I feel like I'm not exactly, big. I'm not exactly big, like, small government. I'm kind of like in the middle. Like, I feel like there are places where the government needs to intercede. But the fact that we need, from like a moral standpoint, to be like, to save an adult life, we need a law, is kind of like, what the fuck?
Well, here's the thing is like I have a very strong, I don't want to say I have a very strong opinion on abortion. I have two issues with abortion, okay? I have an issue when it's used as elective, but I understand why it exists. And like, one of the most powerful statements anyone has ever said to me about abortion is they said, it's not a contraceptive, so don't act like it is.
Yes.
And that's something that I think that a lot of people forget, is like, it's not a contraceptive. Don't treat it like it is. Don't act like it is. Don't even think it is a very strong statement. And like, I think that a lot of those people, they don't understand what basic biology is. So you end up with really stupid fucking conversations with them where you go, well, it's a baby at like, when is it a baby? And they go, oh, when it's born. And you're like, no. You don't understand the question. Like, you don't understand the question. So don't even act like you understand what I'm saying. Let me repeat it. When is it a baby? Like, is it a baby in 3 months? Is it a baby in 6 months? Is it a baby in 5 months? Like, I have a person, I know a person who came out of the womb at 5 months. He's walking around. He's like 20. He's blind, but he walks around. He's normal, like me and you. Like, is he a baby? Was he dead up until that 5 months? What about me? I came out of the womb in 9 months. I'm completely healthy. I'm fine, as far as I know. Was I not alive until I came out of the womb at 9 months? Like, what the fuck? Like, please explain to me this stuff. And they just simply can't. And that's something that really upsets me about this stuff. The other thing that upsets me is, like, the word necessary evil comes to mind when you're talking about stuff like rape and incest. And, like, I agree with you, Ben. I understand where you come from. I don't think that you're wrong. Like, it's just one of those really complicated things where I think that, like, there's three factions in this entire issue. You have a faction that really doesn't understand the entire argument. Then you have people like Josh and me and you who sit there and kind of understand the arguments and are able to actually have a conversation about it. And then we kind of have pro-lifers who are like, nope, fuck it, never happening again. Shut up. Don't let's ban the thing outright, instead of like actually trying to solve the problem. If that makes sense. Sorry, I went on a little rant there.
I think the problem with like is that it's quite subjective between each person when you consider life of a child. I'm probably gonna get some shit for this one, but I kind of feel like the moment that it's viable outside with like an 80% chance to survive is like, that's it. Like, that's the point. Mm-hmm. Which is like pretty late, you know? Because like there are premature babies that are born like almost a month, I think, early and survive. And that's like, 20% or something, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just pulling this out of my ass. It's one of those like, it's hard to say, because like the thing is the way that I see it, right, is that if significant, like I always feel like I have I almost said this really weird. I almost said like, if the life of the host I'm sorry.
If the life of the host, that's a political correct statement if I ever heard one.
Yeah, so if the life of the person is pregnant is the paramount requirement, I feel like. And the other thing is like, I have seen like the dark side of like child services and like the foster system. There is so many unwanted and discarded children that forcing people to have them is literally just going to make it worse. The only thing you're going to see is an extreme uptick of orphans, not orphans, surrendered children, and an uptick of mother deaths, because there's going to be people that get pregnant and then will have complications, and then they can't do anything about it because they legally cannot do the surgery to save the mother, and the mother will die. So we're going to go from like one of the safest countries to have a child probably to like one of the worst, just in the numbers, because there's so many people here and there's so many people getting pregnant. And the people that, and then the situations of the people that are like think about like how many prostitutes probably, that illegal prostitutes, like those people end up getting abortions and then not having kids. Could you imagine there's a woman out there that's a career prostitute that just has a child and then just dumps the child in a dumpster because they don't want it, and this because they can't get an abortion and they can't get rid of it, they're just gonna dump it in a dumpster, and it's just another dead kid. So instead of stopping that from happening to an actual like living person early on, you're just gonna subject them to a short life where they just die alone and cold in the street.
Yeah.
And no, that's 100%. That's something where it's like, are you aware that firefighter, you can leave a baby at a fire station?
Yeah, and it's just like when you force this upon somebody, like you're not doing good for that child. And what's even more is that Republicans don't even care about the child after the birth. Like it's statistically shown.
Well, that like, one I think is a loaded statement.
No, like think about the families that are struggling with children, and they constantly vote against social services like, affordable childcare or affordable housing. We have a significant housing crisis in the United States where houses are being bought up by hedge funds and by corporations to then sit empty for months and years.
I mean,
so like there's housing that's available, but because the housing market is jacked up from like the house that I live in right now, I think we bought this for $310,000. If we were to buy this same house in this age, this house is probably worth about $700,000, which is far outside of the budget of a middle class family. And this is a middle class town. So there's no way that a now aspiring family even on two incomes in the United States could afford to purchase a house. You just cannot do it. And you can't save for it either because the rent's even higher than any mortgages. You can get a mortgage for half of the rent that you pay now. Rent is literally double a mortgage, and you can't get approved for a mortgage because you don't make enough money. You see what the problem is here?
Well, I was going to say, I think the problem is a lot more. I think the problem is when it comes to that kind of stuff. I think the problem isn't like Republicans not caring and stuff like that, because conservatives do care. I like their pregnancy centers and stuff like that. There are places that you can go to get support if you need. I think the problem is like it. The housing market is such a broad issue and such a big issue that affects so many people. It's bigger than one group.
True, but I'm saying the cascading failure of half of our government, because the two-party system shouldn't exist.
Well, I was going to say I agree with you on that part, and I think that that's a true statement. I don't think that you're wrong I don't disagree with you when you're saying that.
You also got to think that there's also some representatives that have come out literally saying that they vote against Democratic pushed things. Like the Democrats will put up a bill or something and they'll vote against it without even reading it, just because they don't agree with them or because their party came to them and said, vote against this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they're letting their internal politics and like greed and other things get in the way of serving the people that they should be.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And again, it's back to the fact that lobbying exists and people sell out for like $1,000. Comcast literally goes up to a senator and, hey, you want $1,000? Hey, you want $1,000? And then just gives out a bunch of money.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, holy shit, dude.
So my research into 50 Shades of Furry.
Oh no.
So
God.
It got a little more confusing because there is 50 Shades of Furry, but that it's more of like the imagery. You can find imagery about it. You can't find websites or anything. Or
there's no like game or
no. But here's the funny thing: it's not 50 Shades of Furry. It's it was oh fuck, I gotta find it again. It was a Steam game that was oh, here we go. Furry Shades of Gay.
Josh.
nice.
Josh, don't ever change. Josh, don't ever change.
I mean, it's better than Furry Hitler.
Better than Furry Hitler.
Oh, jeez, fuck you. How dare you bring that shit up again?
Do you know there's two games? There's not just Furry Hitler.
I didn't need to know that, Ben. I didn't need to know that. I didn't need to know that. Like, I didn't need to know that Clarence Thomas was called Corn Pop back in the day, and the memes of Roe v. Wade exist. Holy shit!
Oh, you know, I was gonna. This is a terrible segue, but I was gonna say, speaking of gay people, have you heard about the Flash actor and the shit he's been getting into lately?
Oh man, Ezra Miller. Oh fuck yeah, no, dude.
The guy's having a goddamn mental break.
I don't think it's a mental break, dude. I think that's just the way he is. I think he's a fucking sociopath.
Have you heard about some of the shit he said to kids and their parents? Holy
my god!
I'm glad that she has a role model like me.
Man, I heard that he was grooming kids, and then they found he was holding a family hostage, had like a bunch of like Civil War guns, and they found a kid with a bullet in her mouth, and she's like playing with a bullet. You're like, what?
Oh my god, dude! It is literally the greatest train wreck that is personified Hollywood in the past like how many ever years. Like this is what's his face like all over again, like scandal wise. The guy that did
Harvey Weinstein?
No, it was the one that apparently found out that he was like trying to sleep with like a 16-year-old kid, like when he was like in his 30s or something. He was part of the TV show about the president or whatever. The drama. God, what was it called? The Oval Office or something?
The East Wing?
Yeah, I think, right?
Are you talking about Charlie Sheen?
Yeah, the Charlie Sheen shit.
Oh my god!
You don't remember him getting fucking accused of being a pedophile and a groomer?
No, I don't. But you know what? I also don't actually like look into that shit so much.
No,
That
wrong
one was
person.
fuck-
Wrong person. No, this is not Charlie Sheen. It's he was in Call of Duty as one of the antagonists.
Kevin Spacey?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, that's like Josh's favorite actor.
Who? Oh
Yeah,
wait,
because
I know Kevin. I know Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, he had that huge scandal.
Yeah, he did. And then he put out that creepy video.
Yeah, and then he apologized for it all. But yeah, oh my god, apparently, dude, this is literally a week ago. Actor Kevin Spacey faces 5 counts of sexual assault in the UK.
Oh man, that sounds so great.
So yeah, so like,
so great.
yeah, so
It sounds like if you're an actor in Hollywood, you should go away from Hollywood forever.
yeah, it seems like there's very few like actual like good people in Hollywood, and most of the old guard is like a bunch of pedophiles and groomers.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but yeah, no, I agree.
Like, I hate to throw the accusation out there, like just throw it out there, but like, man, like it seems like a lot of the people in their like 50s that was in there in the 70s, it was just like literal deviants.
Hey Ben.
Yes.
Hey Ben. This is a known fact, and most people should know this. If you send your kid to acting school, you're probably not going to get them back the same way.
I mean, that's the same as saying you're going to send them off to do gender studies.
Wow, my kids are so weird now. It must be that acting school.
No.
Although drama kids were always weird. I mean, come on.
I mean, that was film students at Nate. Let's be honest. If you're a film student, I have several questions to ask you.
I don't think I've interacted with any film student.
You were lucky.
Yeah.
You were lucky. They're annoying.
Or I had. I don't know. But like,
I would hire them in a heartbeat to edit video. I would not want to like spend longer than I needed to.
I see.
Yeah. You see? Do you see?
Oh no.
But anyways, I saw Ezra Miller.
I want to say there's a weird conspiracy theory. I saw a conspiracy theory iceberg about like different not Holly. I think it's either Hollywood or U.S. Conspiracy theories, and one of them was that the high up government / FBI CIA is keeping all the creepy pedo people in Hollywood because these people have the same egos as they want to be on camera, they want to have attention, they all want this garbage, so they made Hollywood to keep them all in one place.
Oh yeah,
it's such a crazy conspiracy theory.
No. Josh. Let me explain to you something, okay? Okay. Epstein's Island was that place. Okay. Now, with the death of Jeffrey Epstein, God damn it, I have the same first name as that fucker. No association. With the death of that guy, they've replaced his island with another island where now the kids just go straight into a furnace.
Good. It's way better off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's one way to deal with all the extra kids we're going to have now.
Oh, man. We're going to put you up, you're going to be put up for adoption. Okay, yeah. And then it's like, yeah, by the way, your job now is to go to an island. Oh, sweet. Yes, sweet.
I have to say, movie media, especially media in general, like let's say this is still a ruling law going forward, it's going to be so fucked in media and movies because it's going to be like a lot of it's going to be evolving around like people having kids by accident. Oh, all the fucking time. That's all it's going to happen from the Western culture.
Well, okay, it's not because
but still,
there's
like,
abortion outside of 90% of the world.
Sure, and there's still going to be stories about not that idea, but that's going to be like 30 to 40% of the fucking subject matter.
Oh God, you just make me upset.
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be bad. Oh fuck. Well, let's talk about something less depressive. I played a PlayStation VR in my brother's place. I
also played a video game this week.
And I played drunken bar fights on my brother's PlayStation VR on the PS5. It was actually super neat. I thought it was super cool. But the only thing that sucked was that because it's PlayStation VR, you have to be pointed at the camera so you know where in the hell your head is. And it's only one camera. So if you turn 90 degrees to your right and you're doing stuff and the camera just loses focus from where in the hell your sensors are, the game's like, fuck you, look back at the camera again. You're like, oh, God damn it. Right. I'm still playing on the PlayStation. Right. Like you almost get into that moment of like, oh, this is fun. I'm having fun. And then, fuck. Right. Okay. Get back to center position. Okay, let's do this again. But, funny enough, my little nephews that are playing with the PlayStation VR, they usually play with a lot of ragdoll games / games that are I consider to be like I don't know, toys in a room and you just dick around and whatever. And one of them was like you're a gladiator in an arena. And this game, I wouldn't say the polish wasn't that high, but at the same time, it's like it looks like the devs just worried about it functioning properly other than what it looks. So it looked from like when my nephews were playing it, they're doing cool stuff. And I was like, oh, that's rad. But also at the same time, my smallest nephew that is, I want to say is like 7, he, like, again, it's arena fighter, so you're cutting people up and you're breaking their necks and you're doing all this stuff, but all he ever did was grab them by the collar and broke their neck and chuck them to the side. That's all he ever did. Just collar, grab, crack, move to the side. Collar, grab, crack, move to the side. Over and over. And I'm like, I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Josh, have they unveiled the new enemies for Pokemon, by the way? I just got to ask.
The new for Pokemon? I don't think I've seen anything yet. I'll have to go look again.
Okay, but anyways, go back to your topic.
Yeah, so seeing my nephews play that arena fighter, I forget the name of it, but I'm sure if you look it up in PlayStation, you'll find it. The one I played though, since I got a chance to, because I was like, I asked my nephews, I'm like, can I play some? They're like, oh sure, yeah. And they're like, what do you want to play? And they're showing all the games that they have, and I'm like, oh, you have Drunken Bar Fight? I heard that's fun. And yeah, I played a bit of Drunken Bar Fight, and you're drunk and you're in a bar fight and you do a lot of, I would describe as clown fighting. You're basically like, the best thing you can do in this game is act like you are drunk and then just make fake conversations with people before you start fighting, and then you're just keep going with the conversation as you're fighting. I had such great time just pretending I was like, no, don't understand, my waifu is better, as you're whacking him with a chair.
Josh, I have several questions. What the fuck?
Oh, it's so funny.
Buddy, we've been over this 50 times.
And also,
your waifu is shit.
Yeah.
It's always going to be shit.
It's
don't
always gonna be
fucking
shit.
act like it's not gonna. Don't fucking act like it is if it's not shit.
Yeah.
If it isn't shit, I will make it shit.
Yep. Funny. Also, another feature of that game, when you beat people down enough, they start crawling away from you. And my nephews were yelling at me, hey, pick him up. I'm like, I could pick him up? And you grab them by like a waist or one of the legs, and you just start whipping around like they're a fucking whip. Just ragdoll like crazy. And you can beat people with other people. That's what I love about it. You can
That's
just
the best part.
Be a motherfucker with another motherfucker. That's
I'm gonna beat you with this fucking sword. Okay, Lug. Good job.
I'm gonna beat you to death with this motherfucker.
Hold on. I don't think you understand that reference. Hold on. I gotta find this.
But like, yeah, like the game is short too, because like I think I played through all the levels in like one sitting. All the levels basically consist of a wedding, a normal bar, like Western theme, going fight in the alley that has a giant manhole that's open. You can shove people in and they die immediately in the hole. There's another level where you fight in a police station, and the police station has so much weaponry everywhere to the point that doesn't make any sense.
Okay, Josh, you gotta watch Lunk, okay?
Uh-huh.
Just watch the Adventures of Lunk.
I've seen Lunk.
Okay.
He's so buff.
Legend of Lunk. I actually
Legend
name all
of
my
Lunk.
links Lunk now.
He's so buff, he just walks through a wall. He doesn't care about fucking his side quests.
I love the scene where he stands there and he's pushing on the button with his foot, and it's just over and over again. He's trying to understand the door.
Yeah.
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 He has zero intelligence, but all in muscle.
Yep.
But
all strength.
yeah, like
No brains.
Drunken Bar Fight is fun, but I suggest get it on sale because
It doesn't seem like as if it's going to be the greatest thing ever.
yeah, it's literally like the moment, like the span of time I played that game is probably the span of time you want to play it and not own it, because you probably play it like 100% of that game, like in a good like hour or two sitting, and that's it. Like that's all it is, which is a kind of sort of depressing. If there was a game I wish I could play, it would be like, what was it called? Boneworks, from that studio. I forget their name. But it's like a way more involved VR title game that does like objectives, and you have stuff to climb on and jump over and shoot at these robot and like giant places to go run around and explore, and like a story to go with it. And it's like, okay, this all makes sense and looks cool and whatnot. And yeah, like so far all the games that my nephews like to play, it's like either a lot of gore or it's super scary for no reason or kind of jump scary. And then I'm just looking over their game titles. And I'm like, do you guys not have like an arcade fun game anywhere? And you're like, oh, here's Dad's game, and Dad's game be like Street Fighter. And I'm like, damn, kids have changed nowadays. Damn.
Yeah, it's kids weird how much they like love FNAF and shit. It's just like,
oh yeah, it's so crazy.
Kids are fucking stupid.
Kinda. I have a feeling that the FNAF shit is more peer pressure than it probably is the kids actively like it.
No, they love it.
That's among us. No, they love it. They actively love it, Josh. You don't understand.
That's kind of nuts.
I used to have parents come in the game store all the time asking about like, yo, do you have like FNAF, like anything? And I'm like, no. They're like, nothing? And I'm like, no. Like, FNAF's an indie game, dog. Like, they don't make that kind of, like, they don't make merch that we can really reasonably like get in the store.
Funny enough, Walmart.
Yeah, like for smaller places, like there's no way.
Oh yeah. It's a weird like, oh, are you that hit indie game? What was it? Neighbor Next Door or no?
Yeah,
Secret or whatever the hell that game is. It's like, are you that hit title? All right, we'll immediately make action figures to shit off of that property, even though you clearly it's a flash in the pan. Clearly a flash in the pan.
That game looked like it was going to go good, right? And then and then it just didn't.
Well, the dumb thing is like it had this cool premise, and then it never went anywhere with that premise. It just left it.
It started to, but the problem is that it went like not in the way everybody wanted it to. How to put it? I remember them talking about how like it was good, and then they changed something about it, and then everybody was really upset about it.
Yeah, well, so the gameplay I looked up a video about it because I was like, I'm curious of what this game was, and the video was literally titled "The Downfall of Hello Neighbor." That's what it's called.
Yeah,
and so I looked into this video, and apparently what happened was, at first you have this base concept of, okay, you're sneaking around the house, you're trying to not get captured. If you get captured, he'll block off the ways that you came in. You got to find alternate methods. You got to like sneak around like best as you can. It's like, okay, that's cool. And then as the levels progress, the house gets bigger. And you go, okay, weird. The house gets bigger. Weird, like whatever, but like assuming that he's going to keep following you no matter where you go. The funny thing is, there's a point in the game you get up this really long ladder. He doesn't follow you up the ladder. It's like the game breaks and doesn't do anything. So he's stuck on the fucking first floor. So the game turns into not about, sneaking around the next door neighbor, trying to figure out his secrets. It's about platforming and doing these obscure jumps to dumb bullshit that you don't know if you can do or not. Like, it's so weird that this weird, like, pivot positioning to this other thing. Like, I had actually, from this video, it made me feel like, they were thinking of this very strategic, like, sneaking game, and they couldn't figure out how to program it properly, and they ditched it entirely. It's like, it's kind of sad.
Yeah, it seemed like they went like a weird route instead of like actually.
They decided that they had to do something that was
like
really stupid.
Yeah.
They couldn't figure out how to make this game good, so they went with like, well, I know how to make a platformer. Oh, we can make a platformer. Okay, that's cool. And it's just like, no, that's what this game is. Christ. No.
I just know that like I liked FNAF because it was like a really interesting idea. and then it just went off the rails, and then it died a horrible death, and now I just don't care, and it's really weird.
I mean, it still has a story, and it's still interesting. I like the lore of it. Like I think the lore is cool. Never play any of those games ever because it's just not my cup of tea. But I think the lore is rad. Like, oh man, I love especially the latest, like, what was it? Security Breach with the Fnaf Lore.
Yeah, they fucked it all up apparently with that one. I watched some of the lore videos about it, and it really.
What the hell is the entire premise of Security Breach?
It's basically so what if it was still the Chuck E. Cheese, but it was like a giant amusement park. So there's like,
it's not what if, it is canon. But they diverted from their normal formula of the security guard, and you play as a child that has stayed in overnight at the Pizzaplex, which is the rebranded Freddy Fazbear's.
yep.
And instead of Freddy chasing you, Freddy is helping you run from the other 3 animatronics from the Fazbear lineup for that place, and the security guard.
Yep.
Oh, is the security guard in on the bullshit now?
Okay.
Sorta.
So it turns out in the lore that the security guard is actually the character from the VR game. And the character from the VR game was mind controlled by Glitch Trap, which is the glitch version, or the uploaded version of Afton's mind. And so she's actually under control of Afton, and Afton wants her to kill more kids for some reason. Don't really know why. But anyway, so you are the character that was from the VR game that has now been mind controlled and brainwashed by Glitch Trap to be a new Afton.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're the new Afton.
No, you don't play
it's
as
the
her. You
security
run
guard.
from her.
Yeah. The security guard is the new Afton.
Yeah.
So really,
But then they threw it all away, and then they revived Afton anyway, and then she got 30 seconds, and then game over.
I mean, it's multiple endings, but the funny thing is,
the canonical ending is the Afton ending.
really,
I believe it is. Although some people are arguing that the actual canonic ending is the ice cream ending, where it
I was going to
ends
say
with
ice cream. Yeah, I was
her
gonna say,
getting out of the Vanny suit and being saved from the fire. But I think that it's contested that the Afton ending is the true ending because it's the 3-star ending. But again, where nobody's completely sure because without direct confirmation from the creator, nobody's really knows.
I for my what I want for those multiple endings, I want the ending where everyone survive, the people you want survive. They are the ice cream ending, basically.
Yeah.
I want that one because I feel like, oh man, there could be such potential of they're living in a house. Although the security guard adopts a kid. The kid keeps the head of Freddy Fazbear. I think it's a part of a video I watched of maybe she still knows how to build robots because she's got that knowledge in her head still. So she builds Freddy a new body. And it doesn't need battery power, and it just turns into maybe not a sneaking game like a Fazbear game, but it's an action game, and Freddy is a fucking superhero.
So the thing is that there's a lot of speculation. Okay, this is where it gets really fucking deep. So apparently, they're thinking that most of the endings aren't real, or there's a deeper meaning to the ending because they say they're thinking that Gregory isn't an actual real child. They think Gregory is the Afton's son that died and has been remade as a child robot because in the books they've done that where they have human size or human animatronics. So they think that Gregory is a human animatronic with the soul of Afton's dead son.
That just sounds fucking retarded.
No, the whole series, most of that shit gets really dumb. There's experimentation with one of the characters. There's 3 of her. And it's they recreated her 6-7 times so she could relive her life at different life ages. and like the how do I put it? Like there's like a child animatronic, and then like they would take her mind and put her in like the teenage one and like wipe it, and then they would take her mind again and put it in the adult one. And like one of the adult ones like escaped, and like the teenage one is like, or no, the teenage one like escaped, and the adult one like finds her, and the teenage one's like, oh, you're just a fucking machine like me, you know, you're not even goddamn human, blah blah blah, and it's like some weird fucking book shit, dude. It's so strange, like it is so fucking strange.
This is just, that series is just so fucking weird.
Yeah, it got really out of hand. Like there's a couple of videos I've seen that like compile like the whole like lore. I kind of say just out of a sick fascination to just see like the fucking shit that they did with it, just to kind of like see like what happens when you let a story that had no actual like cohesive plan turns into, because that's what happens. I feel like, especially like considering with, I think it was Fnaf 3, it was the one where it was like the kid in the bedroom. Is that one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the one where everyone is pretty sure that like Afton's son died.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a dream sequence. And the box was supposed, the whole thing was basically supposed to be a lot of the speculation is that the first and second game were supposed to be a dream sequence of the child from the things that it's sort of nightmares that it saw from the Fazbear place. And when they got bit and was in a coma, you were playing 3. So the dreams was the first 2, and the third game is the coma dream. And then when the game ends, it was supposed to be like the box was supposed to reveal that the whole thing was just a dream or a coma fever dream kind of thing going on. And then when the game like ended, it was supposed to end there because the kid dies in the coma from getting bit by Freddy Fazbear.
Okay, that makes a little bit of sense.
But because the game was so popular, they were like, we can't, we need to make another game. So he FNAF 4, and then he threw away the dream ending, so FNAF 3 just doesn't make any fucking sense anymore in the grand scheme of things.
Gotta keep that train going.
Well, no, because FNAF 3 is the death of Afton.
No, FNAF 3 is, or I'm not sure which one it is. It was whatever one where you play as a little kid in his room and you have to go from like the doors to
that's 4.
Okay, so that's FNAF 4. So FNAF 4 was supposed to be the last one.
Yeah.
And FNAF 1, 2, and 3 was supposed to be a dream sequence.
That kind of makes sense. And 4 was supposed to be where he died.
Yeah.
Because I remember.
But since they wanted more games, they couldn't just end it there. So then it ruins the fact that it was supposed to be a dream sequence. And then the books weren't even supposed to be canon. They were supposed to be what if, and then they were made canon. They were supposed to be like parallel stories inside the thing or whatever.
Yeah, because it goes FNAF 5 is sister location, which I believe is
the continuation of his teenage son's story.
Yeah. Which is him getting
revenge for being killed and turned into a undead Afton.
Is it him? I thought it was the brother.
Yeah, it was the brother, the older kid.
It was the brother of the kid because the brother sits there and he says like, "I'm going to hunt you down."
Yeah,
or something like that. And I don't know. FNAF is weird.
Yeah, dude, the story is so fucking straight. I can't even keep it straight anymore.
It's just, all I know is that every once in a while I just go to my Twitter and I just see something, pornographic image show up and I go, oh, what's this nowadays? And I'm like, they put the security guard in. Oh, okay. There's
the security guard is, yeah.
Security guard and also Freddy Fazbear. They're like the two popular wanted to,
yeah, Daddy Freddy. Oof, that's strange.
I mean,
that's
he's
strange.
supportive. Why? How couldn't you not like him?
I don't know about that.
He's so supportive. He's a great dad. Come on.
Such a wonderful person.
They don't sing the vanity, okay?
Or I don't know. Can I get some of that sweet gator ass? Can I? No.
Oh my god.
No,
You have problems, man.
he does. Yeah.
Yep. Oh man, I think we were talking about VR. It was just was sidelined to what
We got really
what my
sidelined very
nephews
quickly.
like, and then we
Yeah,
talked
then
about
ended up
what,
with FNAF.
yeah, FNAF. It's so man. I'm sure my nephews, if they had a chance to play Kirby and shit, they totally would play Kirby. But I don't know. I think you got to agree with the rest. Like my nephews, there's 4 of them. So they gotta agree with each other just before they assuming they get anything. So
Kids are weird, man.
yeah.
Wait, hold on. Don't throw me in that boat.
Although funny enough, in my family, it's a family of like 7 because there was like
Damn.
5 siblings. But here's the weird thing about it. There was a group of 3 kids first, so that was my 2 sisters and my brother. And then there was me and my other brother. So that's another second generation, technically. So it was like this weird gap between us where it's like, how many years? 20? 10?
Yeah.
Like something like that? So literally, it's like, oh, like whenever I got stuff, it was more like, oh, because the other kids, they're way older. They're getting like jobs at like freaking Wendy's or some shit, and I'm like, oh, hooray, Christmas! I'm getting a PlayStation. Like, woo! Like,
Yeah, all my family didn't have like didn't have large families because I think they came from a large family and they were like, man, I don't want to do this again. So they only had like 1 or 2 kids, and they had them way before me. So like my cousins were like in their 20s when I was like 10.
yeah.
So by the time I was like old enough to like even interact with them, they were already in their 30s, and I was like, you know,
And you're like,
barely 18. You know what I mean? So it was like,
Yep.
it was tough.
yep. I know a good chunk of my cousins were like that too. Like, there's a few of them who were like 5 years older than me, and there's another group of cousins that were like, I think 7 years or 8 years older. And I'm like, damn, I talk to them sometimes, but it's like, I don't think I have anything of semblance of relatives to like, what you went through or what I went through or what we like. Because usually I just boil down to, I don't know, I like this video game, it's fun. And of course my cousins live out in the middle of Boyle, and Boyle is freaking like, it's still one of the main roads to go to Fort McMurray. And to give an idea, Fort McMurray is where all the blue collar workers go to make oil. Like they
Damn.
go get the oil and bring it back. And Boyle is kind of on that side road where they need a nap, and they live there. And freaking yeah, so you think farmer boys and farmer kids, that's pretty much what they were. But they still had, but funny enough, I remember growing up and go to their house, they always had the other console I never had. So I just spent hours playing their fucking video games. Just hours.
Yeah,
God.
one of my family was never like close, so like I didn't go to my cousins, and especially because they live pretty far away from me. Like we were all pretty spread out, but like
Yeah.
even then, like I didn't like go to my to my aunt or my one aunt's house that much. I went to my one uncle's house because he was the only one that lived close, and he's the one that would watch me on the weekends when my mother would work. So it was either I went there and I went home. I didn't go to the other family. The only time we ever saw the other family is for like significant holidays, and then that was it. We didn't talk. We didn't do anything. We don't get together. Like we don't do Facebook. We don't do group chat. None of that. We only talk to each other long enough to go, hey, we're having a barbecue on this day. You coming over? Cool. See you then. And then you don't hear anything from them for 6 months.
Yeah. For my or my cousins and uncles and whatever, it's Facebook, and that's about it. Like if it weren't for Facebook, I wouldn't know what the hell they're doing.
You know what's funny? We didn't know that my uncle had cancer until it was like 4 weeks into his treatment, and he was just like kind of in passing at like, and it was like one of the major holidays. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm having chemo." My mother's like, she's like, "Stop for a second." She's like, "Fucking excuse me, what?" It's like, "Oh yeah, they found I have some colon cancer, and they're taking care of that." And she's just like, what?
Excuse me?
What? What the fuck?
And then like my other uncle had like a super like heart attack, heart surgery, all that shit. We show up for one barbecue like Memorial's Day, and he's like not doing much. It's my cousin cooking for him because he was standing there with him taking care of them while he was recovering. And my mom goes home, it's like, why are you like just sitting? Aren't you the one that cooks? He's like, oh yeah, I had a heart surgery like 2 weeks ago. I'm taking it easy. And she's just like, does nobody tell me anything? And then my uncle was like, oh really?
Man. Clearly not.
Yeah, like that's literally how we like live our lives with our family. We don't tell each other we've almost fucking died. Like we didn't find out my aunt had breast cancer until she was literally diagnosed as terminal for 3 months. She had 3 months left to live, and she's like, "Yeah, I have breast cancer."
That's so weird.
Yeah, dude, my family's fucking weird with that shit. The thing is, though, is she then lived for 3 years instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said, "Fuck that, I'm living," and then lived for 3 years.
Yep. That's how that goes.
And then literally like she did that, and then like maybe like I think it was like a month before she went, she just stopped like interacting. She went from like fine, and then was just like gone in like a day. It was so weird.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't doing chemo or anything. She was just existing, and then all of a sudden she just stopped like acknowledging people, and they took her to the hospital, and then they're like, yeah, she's in sepsis and like dying.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, dude, it was really weird.
Not great.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but it was like she literally was doing everything that she normally did, and like going like to see the family, walking around, doing everything perfectly fine for years. And like I said, they gave her 3 months.
Jeez.
Yeah, dude.
They gave her 3 years and she lasted 3 months?
No, they gave her 3 months and she lasted 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. At least everyone got a chance to say goodbye, at least, hopefully.
I mean, like, we weren't even like, we kind of like, we're like, really? And then she's like, yeah, they gave us 3 months. She's just like, but I feel fine. And they're like, all right. And they're like, we're not. And then she's like, I'm not going to bother doing chemo if I only have like 3 months. Like, why would I like suffer through that? And they're like, okay. And then like 3 months came and passed, and she was fine. And she's like, all right, I guess I'll just keep going. Like she didn't get a mastectomy or anything. Like she just kept going.
Interesting.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what that was about. But I just remember that she was like really disappointed because she was like she just had her son just had his grandchild, and she was like maybe like a year old at that point.
Yeah. Oh,
And she was really disappointed, and she was like, I'm going to try to stick around for as long as I can and see what happens. And then there's just like she really stuck around. It was like too stubborn to die.
Man, woman too angry to pass away.
Yeah, it just says, "No, I'm good." That's literally what happened. It was so strange. And then like when she did pass, it was one of those just like, oh yeah, we were expecting it, so nobody was really like that upset about it. It was just also like really strange. It's one of those like you grieve for somebody before they're gone because they're going. It was really it was another one of those like just weird things,
Huh.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah. No.
I don't know. Some people handle that differently than other people.
I mean, I just remember like my grandfather, like my dad's side, my grandfather, the person I actually like respect. That one was hard. That was a very hard death to deal with. And then my mom's side, it was just like when she kind of said it to me, I was just like, oh. Man, and you just like you don't know what to really kind of say in that kind of circumstance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel like anybody. I don't feel like there's nothing really good to say when when that happens.
Like the funny thing is like my mom's side is exactly the same way as your family, where like the family get-togethers don't happen. It's worse. And then my dad's side is like the opposite, the exact opposite.
Everybody's super tight.
Yeah, like
like my aunt will be like, okay, like, so when are you coming over? And I'm like, next week. And they're like, why aren't you coming over this week? And you're like, because I'm busy. And they're like, okay, we'll have fun doing whatever the fuck you're doing. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or even better, it's like, so why aren't you coming over? And it's like, because I'm going to see Top Gun with my friends. Oh, okay. Well, you have fun with your girlfriend. I'm like, we're not dating. But okay.
I think it might be growing up kind of fosters the way that like later like the family like kind of wants to experience each other more, because like I definitely think that since my family spent so long at home, like they grew up and they were like 19, 20 before they left, like back in like the early 70s or later 70s. I mean, so like my one uncle only left because he went in the military, and then my mother was there for quite a long time until she got married and left and made her home. And my uncle only again left because he finished college. So it was like, and even then, like he had his mother living with him after that.
Yeah.
So like he bought her the house and like she lived with him because she was older, and that was just the way it was. And I feel like when you stay with your family like extendedly like that, once you're out, you're like, man, I kind of just want to be like alone from you for a while. And then it just turns into like, I kind of like not having you in my business all the time anymore. So let's just like do our own thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of true.
So I think that's kind of what it is. It's just that my family probably spent so long around each other that like, you know what? We're good not communicating every day anymore.
Yeah. That's kind of how I am with my sister. She's like, let's talk. And I'm like, no, let's not. Let's stop. Let's not talk as much as we should, because you're just annoying.
Okay, I think that's different. I think that's you actually just don't like your sister.
No, that's partially it.
I mean,
it's more of like the constant bullshit of like, what are you doing? Nothing. Oh, well, do you want to come over? No, not really. Well, why not? Emma, this is the 8th time you've asked me in like the past 2 days.
I don't even grow up with siblings, so I don't understand how like, especially like male and female siblings like want to hang out. Like, what do you do with like a female sibling like together? Like,
you talk about life. That's literally it. You just talk about life.
now I wouldn't want to bother going out of my way to hang out with like a family member just to do that.
And yeah, well, no, that's exactly the thing, right? So like when I go to my parents, like we reminisce about memories, and it's like why? What? I'm like I just don't.
I could have done this over the phone or like through text.
Yeah, I could have done this on text, and like I actually don't care enough in order to actually do this constantly, so that's why I'm not doing it. So that's kind of what I say.
I know for my family, my one brother and my two sisters, they're already have families of their own. So I, hear about them through my dad or Facebook or whatever, or sometimes he texts me. My youngest brother, he would, because he still lives in town. He just sends me random texts about random things about like, I want to get this new computer gaming graphics card, but I don't know, it needs this motherboard, yada yada, and I'm like, cool, like one word. Or sometimes he just talks about the new video game coming out, or like just random things that he just thinks he wants to talk with me about.
Maybe I'm just overthinking how extroverts like exist. Maybe that's just like what it is. I just don't understand because I'm just like this strange hermit person.
Yeah, like that's what I think it is. Like the funny thing is like whenever like me and my sister talk and stuff like that, like I don't have like ill will towards my sister. I like her, and yeah, but like the thing that's annoying is like she is like so much like more of like I need to know what you're doing at all times. And it's just like, okay,
that's just one of the things that like I don't get. This is like, why do you want to know? Like, do you actually like give a shit about me? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Is this what giving a shit about feels like?
No. That's 100% what it is. That's 100% what it is. It's like she doesn't. She wants to make sure that I'm not hanging from a ceiling fan. That's what she wants to make sure.
Yeah, see, that's what's weird because like when like I don't know.
I'm not joking either. Like that's the sad truth.
I don't know if that's how like I've not experienced that from my family. I guess is what it is. It's more of just like we believe that you will do fine. I don't need to inquire about you all the time.
Yeah, well, like what my sister like. So what I say to my sister all the time is like, Emma, I'm okay. I'm not really depressed and stuff like that. I'm completely fine. And she goes, oh, okay.
You sure,
so
Jeff?
You don't need anything? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm fine. She's like, you're not struggling with money? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm fine. And she goes, okay, just making sure. By the way, you owe me $100. I'm like, yeah, I know. Thank you. Bye.
By the way, you owe me $100.
Yeah, I owe her $100 because I bought her. I haven't paid for this water cooler yet that she's given me, and I'm like, okay, I'll give it to her after I pay off my car loan, which I just did. Or not car loan, speeding ticket, which I just did.
See, this is why you don't drive fast cars.
No. This is the reason why the government is a fucking piece of shit because they charge me $2,000 for.
No. This is why you get a piece of technology in your car that tells you where these things are coming from, so you know when to slow down, and then you speed up afterwards.
But that's illegal.
Yeah, I know.
I'll let.
You should have that just chucked into your car. Just put it in there. Do it. Be like the crazy people from the, what was it called? The Gumball Rally 3000.
Yeah. I would like.
Some of those people are nuts.
I would like to do the Lemons race if possible.
What's that one?
It's where you rent a track and you bring a car that should not exist.
Oh.
You bring an abomination against.
So you'll order a cardboard box with an engine and wheels?
No. It's like you have a car that's like it costs like $10,000.
Okay.
I think
but you can't drive it on the road ever because this is very illegal.
Yeah, no. It's like really dumb shit that like people do. So like you'll have people who like find junkyard LSs and then they'll like find superchargers and shit like that from eBay and they'll throw them on this car and they'll get like it's really dumb shit. It's really dumb shit.
Is there YouTube videos of this?
Yes.
Oh, I should look into it. Because
but
you look into the freaking Gumball Rally stuff and you're like, man, these people are just like rich kids fucking just racing cars across the United States or Europe, depending what they're feeling like.
Awesome. I don't know why you're against that, Josh.
I'm not necessarily against that. It's just that every stop they stop at, they always party until like into the morning, and then
that doesn't sound that bad.
They somehow have enough energy to freaking keep going on this long drive that takes a week.
Red Bull is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, I was literally about to say Monsters, Red Bull, and 48-hour energies like are a thing.
Party drugs. Lots of party drugs.
Yeah, probably cocaine.
Cocaine is a very nice thing.
You need some 8 balls up in there,
Yeah. Just talk to your Queefzilla friend. He'll sort you out.
Yeah, nothing a little, little yo-yo can't fix.
Good.
Get you that quick fix right there.
Yeah, he's just gonna give it to you right there, and then you'll be like, oh, great, fantastic. He'll probably snort half of it, but that's besides the point.
But yeah, although there's a certain person in that Gumball rally stuff, there's one guy who's famous enough to go from New York to all the way to Los Angeles, and it's an actual kind of race. And there's actual race for can you do this in a single day?
Wow.
2048 rally?
Yeah. There's a few people who I think they got close to that, didn't they? Or got under?
There are people who have done that. I forget what the actual name of it is. I think it's called
Because there's one guy I remember watching a video about his car and all the weird gadgets he has, and he's like, so I have this, I can't tell you what the name is or what it is, but it tell you it's illegal. I have this, can't tell you what the name is or what it does, but it's illegal. I have this, I can't tell you what it is or what it is, but it's illegal. Like half of his car was illegal. And I'm like, Jesus. And it's like a hottest, fastest sports car you can think of. And he has it all souped up just so he could do this one certain race from New York all the way to freaking LA. And it's like crazy. And also, because he was also featured at the Gumball, he showed all the tactics he did for like getting around cops and like getting around like barricades and getting around like all like, oh wait, the train's coming down, the guard's down. They're like, but wait, if we race down the fucking on the tracks, if we go on the tracks and race it down, we can beat the train and keep going where we need to go. This guy's fucking nuts. Like,
so you're talking about the cannonball.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cannonball rallies.
Cannonball rally. That fuck man.
That fucking thing is fucking bonkers.
Yeah, it's absurd. Like the tactics that people try to do to get faster at it. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
so
man.
from New York to LA, it's 27 hours and 25 minutes.
I see.
And the reason why it's probably taken that long is because the guy's probably pissing.
Yeah, that's I'm like,
there's only so long Red Bull can keep you going. You got to piss eventually.
Yeah.
I just can't wait for the day that someone like does that same challenge and they're like, all right, I'm doing the same challenge, but he burrowed a hole all the way from New York all the way to fucking LA.
Okay, so like if we ever make enough money to the point of where like we could buy like 3 sports cars, I would really want to do a trip with like Josh, myself, and Tony, where it's like we all take a Japanese sports car, we all drive it to Alaska, or we all pick it up in Alaska, we drive it from Alaska through Whitehorse all across the prairies and into like the eastern coast, and it's just like a series of us like just doing stupid shit and antics.
I was gonna say don't bring me into this because I don't drive fast, and you would really be annoyed with me. You'd be like, "Where's Ben?" He's like, "Oh, he's like an hour behind us."
I mean, I kind of want to like make jokes at like I kind of like when we head to Edmonton, I kind of want to make jokes at like Josh's expense.
Hey, this is where assholes live. Yeah, they do. They're right over there.
Yeah, no.
I would pull like a Top Gear sitting out front of his house, and it's just like, what a great place to stop. You just like blaring music out of your car out front of Josh's house.
No, yeah, totally.
Yep, I can see that.
The other thing I would like to do is like I would like to see like what sports car Josh would buy. And if it's not a Z, how hard I can make fun of him.
I'm waiting for Josh to just be generic. He's like, I'm going to buy a Skyline.
I'm going to buy a GTR.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, the car I always thought looked super hot to me was the RX-7. I think 7.
Okay, well, so Josh is going to buy a Miata. That's what I'm hearing.
And also, there was a poster I had forever ago when I was in elementary school. I could not figure out what the model of the car was, but it just said the word spider on the fucking, like this weird font that it had. And
so
the car...
so it's a Porsche?
Here's the thing. It had no looks of a Porsche, but I was convinced it was a Corvette.
Probably a Porsche?
Probably, but again, I would have to find his poster again, but I'm pretty sure I don't have it anymore. And it was just more confounding to me because I'm like, I got it from the Scholastic posters and whatever, the Scholastic thing. And I got this car poster thinking, oh, I like this car because it looks cool, but I could not figure out what the hell it was.
Is it that?
Oh, let me see. Again, my mind's eye is very fuzzy, so I would have to concentrate on it a little bit.
Because that's a spider.
Where'd you post it? It's in
general.
No, it's not. It's not that. Here's the thing. The spider that they put the font on, I'm pretty sure it's not the car model or what it is. Because I tried Googling it back in the day, and I still couldn't figure out what the fuck it was. Like, even my dad, who knows about cars, he couldn't tell me what it was. So, like, well, That's the end of my searching.
That's stupid. Yeah, no. If you buy Corvette, if you're bringing a Corvette to, because I know my car. I know the car I would pick in a heartbeat. It would be the New Z because I love the look of it. It just looks so nice.
Or I just have a sleeper van. Just like
no, Josh. If you don't pick a car, I would totally you'd be forced to buy this Supra because fuck you.
I'll just have this this van that everyone's like, what the fuck is with this van? And I just
actually no. Hold on. What is the funny car?
Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. That's a funny car.
What's a funny Ben? What's a good Japanese sports car? That's funny. That's not a Nissan Z and a Toyota Supra.
What about those weird trucks that have no front end and you'll die on a front end collision?
A K car, sure.
That's funny. Like funny looking, or like
I got it.
Like I'm pretty sure every like old Nissan looks fucking funny, or the Supras.
Mm-hmm.
Or the 86 series, if you really want to fucking be pedantic, I guess.
I got it. I got the car for Josh, okay? Josh is going to love it. Josh is going to buy a Subaru WRX.
That sounds generic if I've ever heard of it.
Yeah, but it's the perfect car for Josh.
I'm familiar with it, I think. I've heard of it.
Josh would buy a Subaru WRX, and then me and Tony would be constantly ripping on him because we'd be like, Josh, that's not a sports car.
And then I start ripping donuts in the fucking dirt and start doing a rally race and shit. And
No. All you have to say is it's practical. And then me and Tony go, it's not that it's practical. It's the fact that you're stupid.
I know the reference.
Yeah. I don't know. Personally, I would rather have a Nissan Z.
Do we want to talk about Angerfoot and then maybe call it a podcast or something?
Yeah,
I'm not sure how long we've been talking for.
We've been talking for an hour and 30 minutes.
So what's Angerfoot?
It's a shooter.
So give you the lowdown on Angerfoot. This the demo. I would suggest playing the demo of Angerfoot on Steam. But
that's a good suggestion.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion. But just to give you like a description of what it is, think Hotline Miami, but in first-person shooter, and more comedic, killing of people. So it's just as gory and shit, but all unapologetic about like killing them too. But it's a lot more comedic with style and like grace in its own weird way, because. There's a mechanic in the game that you kick a door and the door will shoot out like a cannon. And it will kill whoever is at the opposite side of the door. So basically it will just do that cartoonish thing of like you kick the door and it will just shoot out like straight out from the hole that you kicked it from. It'll kill whoever is closest to that door. It feels pretty great when you do that. And yeah, the whole concept of the game is like, murder people as fast as you can, but you are also made of like the tissue paper that the enemies are made out of. So you got to try to be agile as you can as you're murdering the fuck out of them.
You know Hotline Miami?
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah,
but in 3D. That. It's a 3D first-person shooter.
Nice.
Yeah. Although here's a storyline of Angerfoot. At first your
favorite sneaker got stolen.
Yes, but like at first you think, oh, you're an hider assassin. You kind of are, but you're a sneakerhead. You love sneakers. And what happened in the storyline? Your prized possession sneakers got fucking stolen.
By a corrupt cop.
And you're now going after the corrupt cop who stole your fucking prize sneakers. I fucking love this story. It's so stupid. I love it.
Because fuck that cop.
And also it's funny because when you make that discovery that your prize shoes are missing, the gameplay is so on point about Angerfoot. It's like, you're chilling on the couch with your girlfriend, and you're picking up all the objects around you with your fucking feet. So it's just this awkward, like, I'm drinking wine with my toes, and I'm switching the candle or switching the channel on the TV with my toes, and oh, my girlfriend wants a popcorn. I'm gonna feed her the popcorn with my toes.
Okay, that's a little much there.
It's so funny. It's like this humor is all over the place in the game. I love it. It's so good.
Yes, listener, Josh is into feet.
No, it's just like this stupid humor of like, why wouldn't this guy use his hands, but instead it's his feet? It's like, it's like good humor. I love it.
Prize shoes.
Yeah, I would say, again, play the demo. At the very least, play the demo and go like, oh, I played it. It's fun, whatever. And like, see if it's your cup of tea. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing what this full release is. And I want to see if, like, they add more stuff to it. Because right now, it's like, okay, it's fun. And, like, you know, you got to go in and out as fast as you can. But the thing I don't like is, like, man, maybe I have a hotkey that, like, slows down time or something. Or maybe I hit another hotkey and it tells me, like, a faint echo of where people are. Like, I wouldn't mind something weird like that maybe the game could sort of explain how I do it in some dumb way. Because, like, right now when I'm playing it, I'd be going through the levels and trying to complete some objectives because you can unlock other shoes to give you better abilities. But it's like, oh, I'm missing a dude in this level. And I'm like, but it's a huge level. Where is he? Like, give me an arrow or something because I don't know where this fucker is. I don't know how I missed him, but I did. So that's a little annoying.
He was hiding in the corner, making sure to not die by the massacre that's flying through there, probably.
Oh, yeah. Actually, funny enough, some of the levels get, like, really abstract up in looking at. Like, some levels are weird. Like, they put, like, there's hallways you go down, and there's just toilets that are functional all the way down these hallways, and there's people taking shits in these toilets. And you go, what the hell? What planet? What? If anything, it feels like the back rooms, you know, like you're going down these rooms that make, yeah, it's like a dreamscape of like, it makes no sense. And yet you're doing all this hot bullshit to these people and killing them. It's like, it's so weird. And also the locales don't make sense because it's like, oh, there's toilets just set up wherever and people taking shits in the corner of a room with 5 people in it. And it's like, what? Okay, cool, fine.
That is really weird.
Yeah, it's just so weird. Like, actually, they did that so that when you're shooting the people in that room, the guy who's taking a shit in the corner actually surprises you because he's last.
Ow.
So,
oh my god, it's like fucking, whatchamacallit? Goddamn. Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Pulp
the dude
Fiction.
taking a shit, it comes out and sprays his revolver.
Yeah, it's pretty much that.
It's a good game.
Yeah, play the demo. It's free. It's a pretty good taste of what that game is. I just wish there's more to it. Of like, oh, where's this last guy? I don't fucking know. Like, I just wish there's something for that. But other than that, it's cool.
Yeah.
It sounds fun.
Yeah,
it is.
I'm not like big into buying like short games. I like to buy games that I can like replay or want to replay, or like maybe have like a satisfying enough like duration. Like I think I bought something recently. What did I buy recently? I know I bought something recently.
Do you buy Vampire Survivor?
Oh, Last Spell is what I bought. I know for a fact that Last Spell, like, I would want to keep playing that like over and over again. You know what I mean? And like that's the way that I decided whether or not I want games. Like, if I would play the story mode more than once, I would probably buy it. Like, I'm kind of holding out on like some games to buy. Like, I kind of like I want to pick up like Red Dead 2 just so that I can actually play the story. But like, I honestly don't want to pay like $30 to play the story mode once because there's no point in playing it more than once. And I have no inkling to pay online either.
I kind of want to pick up Red Dead. I also kind of want to stream like a couple of other games.
But you know, stuff that like keeps me coming back is definitely something that is stuff that I want to buy.
Yeah.
And I'm hesitant to buy anything that doesn't want me to do that.
I agree. Anyways, I think it's the end of the show.
Yeah.
So, anyways, thank you everyone for listening to Black Mind Games podcast. You can listen to us every Thursday on blackmindgames.com. You can also subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting app of choice. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Ben. Have a good night. Bye.
You had to think about my name, didn't you? Yes, you did. You hesitated.
To like Call of Duters and like I don't know any other things you would point at and go that's AAA. I just go I don't
I like how like when I look at like games and stuff like that nowadays, it's always like oh man, AAA game came out. Oh man, it looks like trash. Oh man, it's not funny at all. Oh man, it continually gets worse. Oh man, I just wish that I could die a sweet death.
I think, although actually, would you say a game that has style and flair, but yet has AAA title, polish? Would that be would that be interesting enough? Like I'm looking at like a dragon, Yakuza. I'm like that.
Oh yeah.
I think like a dragon is pretty cool. So,
but
yeah.
like that inhibits like the problem with the industry to a fucking T.
Yeah.
Like it's like you look at Japanese games and you're like, man, I really enjoy like how this game looks. Man, this game looks so amazing. Man, this game has style. And it's not like style is in like the sense of like, oh, it looks very stylish. It's like, no, this game has like pop collar and the guy's like walking in like Tony Soprano going, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on here?
Well, like especially in Like a Dragon, the storytelling is from a dude's point of view where he's still in the mindset of like he liked video games before he went to jail, but he liked 90s video games before he went to jail. So when he comes out, his point of view is everything about 90s video games. So he's trying to communicate with people in real life, but it's like it just doesn't kind of mesh well. But he's trying to do it in 90s style. So it's like
that's a game that we need to stream. That's a game that we really need to stream.
Yeah. It's one of those titles. It's a lot of hours to do anything you want. It actually has better Sega mastering of old titles in Yakuza than they would do it later, like publishing it by themselves later.
So anyways,
it's fucking hilarious.
Oh, that sounds about right. So anyways, I'm looking at like through the Steam list right now, and it's like, man, you get this shitty fucking deal.
Yeah.
You get this shitty fucking deal. Don't you like the shitty fucking deal? And I'm like, yeah, I like the shitty fucking deal. And they're like, man, good. Here's an adult video game. And it's like, God damn it, Steam.
I kind of want to get Neon White, but it's only like 10% off.
Not gonna lie, I still want to unironically buy Orc Massage.
Oh, I know.
Like I actually like I hate that I actually want to fucking play it. I'm sitting there thinking like, oh my god, I actually kind of want to play this.
Oh, Neon White looks cool.
It's so cool. It's ultra kill, but like with anime, way more anime.
So shitty.
No, it's stylings is anime, and like, oh, what's that style with? Fucking
it's Japan.
Sine wave. Yeah, no,
yeah.
I think it's that. It's like a whole fucking like weird 80s neon colors and like looking cool.
This game looks like Persona as a shooter. If that makes sense.
I think that's what it is. Kinda.
Yeah.
It's weird because from the screenshots, I haven't played this game, but from the screenshots, it looks like you get 2 weapons, maybe multiple weapons. So like you get cards.
Yeah, you hit cards and that's your weapons. Anyways, let's sync and start the show. Because we got memes we can talk about, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who actually is like kind of looked into Roe v. Wade, which is like
I've heard some rumblings. Okay, so I did kind of like do a little bit of research, I guess, but inadvertently. It's more of just like, man, did you know? And I'm like, really? More than I really actively sought anything out about it. You know what I mean?
So here's my perspective is like the thing that makes me like angry about Roe v. Wade isn't the actual decision itself. It's the people who are saying that we should riot because Roe v. Wade's overturned. Instead of like actually going to Congress and screaming at your representative.
The thing is that they're. I guess we should sing and talk about it instead.
Yeah. So sync in 3, 2, 1.